Welcome everybody. It's nice to have you here this evening. About to go live on Instagram as well. Actually, a smart thing to do would be to turn the Wi-Fi on my phone so we can actually go live. That might work. There we go. It's good to have you here this evening. Let me know how your day has been, leave a comment. And if you'd like to request anything to reflect the mood of your day, please leave it in the comments and I will do my best to get around to it for you. Alright, we're about to go live on Instagram. And we're not live yet. Why aren't we live yet? Now we're live on Instagram. Excellent. Okay, so we've got Bart, we've got Megan in Portugal, we've got Tracy over in Wilkesboro in North Carolina. It's good to have you all with us here this evening. With me. Bart played the guitar today. That's always a good thing. Alright, I'm going to start off tonight's music with a little bit of my tune Kora Mantra. Alright, so welcome everybody to the live stream tonight. I hope you're all having a nice week wherever you are. This lockdown isn't getting any easier, is it? It's a bit crazy. At least in Ireland here, the police are out on the roads. I got stopped today coming home. They wanted to know where I was from, where I was going, what I was doing. So I hope everyone's staying safe, staying healthy, and hope you're doing your part to keep this virus under control. So, as I said at the beginning, if you have any requests, feel free to send them in. I've got an aggregated list of requests that I've gotten over the last week that I've written down here on a set list in front of me. But if there's anything else that you'd like to hear, let me know and I'll do my best to play it. I want to start off sort of properly by playing something for my friends in the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society, or CAS. I am hoping that Cass goes ahead this year as planned. And so I'd like to play you my favourite Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed number. This is one called Levy Walking. 1, 2, 3. Levy Walk, that was a tune written by Jerry Reed. That was then played by Chet Atkins on electric guitar, but I had never heard a solo arrangement for acoustic guitar, so I arranged that one myself. It's a really challenging piece to play. That melody does not like working with the alternating thumb, which is unusual for a tune of that style. But you really have to get in on the finer points of it to get it to sing out. And what I love about it, the middle part of that is Chet Atkins' original solo, which goes like this. And that's actually the same chord in 4 different positions, which I think is a genius idea. It just sounds so good. There are gems in Chet Atkins and Jerry Reed's back catalogue. Do I have tabs for Levy Walking? Maybe. I think I have written one, but I don't think it's on my website. Check my website. If it's not on my website, I'll put it on my website. What else do we have requests for? We have requests for Jumbo, for Aoife Kavanagh, who is my partner, so I think I'll have to play that. Any chance you know Those Who Wait or Brothers in Arms? Yeah, Those Who Wait and Brothers in Arms. We'll pick one of those and do it. Magic Stuff, Cora Mantra or Quintao, please. Quintao, I haven't done that on a stream yet. That's a good idea. Did you arrange Levy Walking or play it as it is in the original? I arranged it for guitar. The original is Chet on an old 335 style going. Look it up on YouTube. It's amazing. Okay, so there was a couple of requests there. Jumbo was requested, which it's unfortunate. I came up with this tune just after I'd finished recording my album, and I wish I'd come up with it before. So it's not going to be on the new album, but I promise to release it properly at some point. So I think I'll give a little bit of Jumbo for Aoife. 1, 2, 3. Oh, reverb is enormous. That's more like it. Short and sweet, like an ass's bite, as my grandfather used to say. I'm getting a couple of questions here about right hand technique, and in particular somebody asked me about was it about the thumb pick? I can't remember exactly what was asked there. There are too many comments going by for me. But the kind of the more traditional way to play with a thumb pick is obviously the alternating bass pattern that I think originated in the kind of the Kentucky miners. They had this way of playing the guitar which chugged on the bass string, so a lot of their music has this kind of a beat behind it. And then when Chet Atkins came along, he refined it. So more like a piano where it would roll between bass notes. So a lot of Chet's music sounded like this. Had that kind of groove, and then he would play over it. But then I suppose where my right hand technique comes into it is that I really like disco and funk music, and I tried for a long time to get that sound from the guitar. So even though, fair enough, you can't sound like the full array of a disco band, what I found is you can mix a claw style right hand, which is the way that James Taylor or Jerry Reed played the guitar, and you can mix that with a backbeat to get that style of effect. So for example, say something like my tune Dance Tonight, the groove in it goes like this. Like that. And then on top of that, later on I found my octave pedal, which has become a huge part of my sound. And when it's used sparingly, it's really effective. If you leave it on all the time, it's useless to you. But when I turn on the octave pedal, the sound goes from this to this. So that's a little bit about the right hand technique. It is very difficult, obviously, and it takes a lot of practice to keep it up. But the main thing behind it is to claw your hand in when you play, rather than like a classical guitar player would play, claw it in and kind of pluck upwards as opposed to coming across the string, and you can get that sound fairly easily. So, let's see, what else have we got here? Windy and Warm. What was that last song? Jumbo. Yeah, it's a new tune of mine. There's a video of it on YouTube of me playing that on a baritone guitar. Waiting for You to Sing. Okay, yeah, I think I'll sing something for fun. Let's sing. Let's try a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think I need to turn this mic up a little bit. Where is it? 58. Here it is. Check, 1, 2. There we go. Alright, I think I'll try a little bit of... I'm on a real Steely Dan buzz recently, so I think I'll do a Steely Dan song. Check. 1, 2. There we go. Alright.
I've seen your pin shot, I've seen you with some better. Turn up in blueprint blue, it sure looks good on you. When you smile for the camera, I know I love you better. Peg, I've seen your picture, your name in lights above it. This is your big debut, it's like a dream come true. I want you to smile for the camera, I know they're gonna love it. Peg, Peg, you will come back to you. Peg, you will come back to you. Then the shutter falls, you see it all. It's your favorite foreign movie. picture. Your name and lights above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true. When you smile for the camera, I know they're gonna love it. Hey, I've seen your pen shot. I keep it with your letter. Done up in blueprint blue. It sure looks good on you. When you smile for the camera, I know I love you better. Hey, 'cause baby will come back to you. Baby will come back to you. Then the shadow falls. You got it all in 3D. It's your favorite foreign movie. Little bit of Steely Dan, Peg for you there.
All right. Okay, can you reach 4 fret 6 string and 11 fret 1 string? 4 fret 6 string and 11 fret 1 string. Yes. All right. What's next? Let's play a little bit of... oh yeah, I promised you this week that I would play something new, something from my new album. And so I've picked one out for you that I really like. And this is, I think it's the first flat picking tune that I will ever have released when the album comes out. Which will be very, very soon. I'll have more on that this week about when the album comes out. Oh, wow. Sound is great here. I have to give a public thank you to my dad, Walter Hennessy, for all the work that he's put in with me this week in getting the sound this good. Dad just has an amazing sound, amazing ear and brain for sound, which is something that I don't have at all. So he is responsible for this amazing setup here and also most of the equipment that's around me. But anyway, I'd like to play you this tune. As I said, this is the first flat picking tune that I think I've ever composed, and so I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be on the new album. This one is called Grove Road. There you go. That's one from the new album for you. That's Grove Road. So, let me know, what way are all of you dealing with the quarantine and the lockdown all around the world? Let me know what you're doing to alleviate your boredom. I'm going to show you what I'm doing to alleviate my boredom, which is arranging things for guitar and putting them online that that I never thought I would. For example, some of you probably heard this on YouTube this week, but I arranged the theme from the Nintendo Wii, from the Wii channel for guitar, and instead of talking about it, I'm just going to play it for you and see if it brings back memories from about 10 or 15 years ago. That was rolling around my head the other night, and I just decided, you know what, it's midnight and why not? So I put my camera on, put the recording gear on, I put it on YouTube. If you want to hear the full thing, it's about 60 seconds long, take a look at it on YouTube. And I wrote a guitar tab for it as well, so if you're bored at home and you want to learn how to play the Wii channel theme on the guitar, I've got you covered. Alright, so I'm just going to take a look at a few requests and messages here. Hello from Sweden, hello from Russia, Wonderwall, yeah, that's the first Wonderwall of the day. Can you suggest some good intro songs to try fingerstyle playing? Good tunes to start playing fingerstyle. Well, the way I started was I started listening to James Taylor, and I think James Taylor, learning some of his songs is a great way to get your hand working the way it needs to for more advanced fingerstyle playing. When I started playing guitar, I started playing... there were two tunes by James Taylor. One of them was Something in the Way She Moves, which sounds like this. Just get my reverb on for this one, it doesn't sound quite right. That song, something in the way she moves, it looks my way, calls my name. That was one of them, and then the other one was, I should really get the microphone for this. The other one was Fire and Rain by James Taylor, which is a great one to do as well. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans we made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, and I always thought that I'd see you again. Something like that, I think, is ideal to start playing fingerstyle, because those songs, they're not the most challenging songs in the world, but they make your fingers work in unfamiliar ways. So at least that's what worked for me when I started off playing. And then when it comes to something a little bit more complex, for example, the thumb picking stuff, I think tunes like Freight Train or Windy and Warm are great for beginners. Freight Train sounds like this. Something like that, and again, it probably sounds more difficult than it actually is. Getting the alternating bass with the thumb is probably the most difficult part of that, and obviously when that becomes automatic, then you have to start training your fingers into playing the melody on top of it. But I think tunes like Freight Train by Elizabeth Cotton, Windy and Warm, yeah, those tunes plus James Taylor, they're a really good way, a really good intro to playing fingerstyle guitar the same way that I do. Okay, so let me know if there's any other song or tune that you'd like to hear. I'm going to pick something else off of my set list here and play it. And hi Shane, could you play Marrakesh please? Yeah, I haven't played Marrakesh on the stream for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I'll fit that in. For now, I think I will play, I'll play a Tommy Emmanuel tune. This one is called the Sanitarium Shuffle. This is the tune that we did together in, where was it? I think it was the National Concert Hall in Dublin. We played this together. Alright. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There you go, Sanitarium Shuffle by Tommy Emmanuel. That was such fun playing with Tommy in the concert hall. It's a great tune to play. He didn't remember that he had put harmonies on that song, and I reminded him the day before. I was like, oh, you remember it was the... And he's like, oh yeah, I haven't played them in 15 years. So he relearned them and we did it the next day on the stage. It was fun. Somebody had a good question there and I can't find it now. Was it on Instagram or here? Let's see. Thanks for the suggestions. Sounding good. Thank you very much. Hello from Austin, Texas. Brilliant. It's great to have so many people from all different corners of the world here. Oh, Bernd Rossman is here. Hey, Bernd. Good to have you here. Lachelle in Muskegon. What did you play at the rock show at Milwaukee Irish Fest? Oh, I played... what did I play? I came on after Susan O'Neill, who blew the crowd away with Nothing Compares to You. And I played... what key did I do it in? Well, it's a marvelous night for a Moondance with the stars up above and rise. Fantabulous night to make romance with the cover of October skies. And all the leaves and the trees, they fall into the sound of the whispers below. And I'm trying to please, to you calling to your heartstrings, play soft and low. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. You know the soft moonlight seems to hide. You blush. Can I just take one more Moondance with you, my love? Can I just take one more romance with you, my love? I think that's what I played at the rock show in Milwaukee, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I remember I was put on the spot to pick an Irish rock or pop song, and I just said Moondance, first thing that came to mind. But luckily I had... who was it? Was it Fergal and Enda Scahill from Wee Banjo 3 and the Huntertones, the band? Oh my god, they're incredible. And Skerryvore as well. All of us played it, and I sang lead on that one and played guitar. But oh yeah, that was an incredible experience. That was probably the biggest crowd I've ever played to in my life. It was, I think they said 11,000 people in front of the stage that night, which was insanity. But I am looking forward to doing it again this year. Milwaukee Irish Fest is celebrating its 40th anniversary, and that is happening, fingers crossed, in middle of August. I believe it's the 14th to the 16th that Milwaukee Irish Fest is happening this year. It's such a fantastic festival. I'm looking forward to being back there an awful lot. And while I'm on the subject of Milwaukee Irish Fest, can I just say a huge thank you again to anybody watching, and just in general to the people at Celtic Milwaukee and the Milwaukee Irish Fest, because I was due to be in the United States this week and for the next 2 weeks on tour. And obviously since the outbreak of the coronavirus, that has all gone out the window. But the very generous people in Milwaukee donated their ticket prices to me directly, even though the show was not happening. And it was just a remarkable act of generosity, and I want to thank Barry Stapleton, Mike Mitchell, Matt Genders. Like there's way too many people that I'm friends with. Pat Russell, Molly Mudlinsky, Rory Mudlinsky, everybody at Milwaukee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and it's great to know that I have good friends there as well. So I'm sure I'll be back in Milwaukee before long. It's one of my favourite places to be in the US. Okay, so in the meantime, any requests or whatever, let me know. And as usual, if you're enjoying tonight and you want to show your support, I've left a link just here, paypal.me/Shane Hennessy, where you can leave me a tip in my virtual tip jar, which is just a direct link to my PayPal account. But if you want to buy me the price of a pint or a coffee, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, what will I continue with? I think a little bit of Mark Knopfler in Dire Straits. I'm in the mood for it. A little bit of Sultans of Swing. Here we go, Sultans of Swing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sultans of Swing. Alrighty then, so what else have we got here? We've got Bunny Barnes, good to see you. Sue, lovely to have you. Perhaps you could play something from your last tour in Russia to remember those times. I've always had a fantastic experience in Russia, and I'm really looking forward to being back there again. I've had a request for Struttin by Jerry Reed from Oren Sweeney. I will definitely play that. I love that tune. What else have we got here? Have you ever heard of the Italian guitarist Andrea Valeri? Yes, he was the one who did the original version of this arrangement for Sultans of Swing. And I did a tour with Andrea in Russia in 2013, I think it was. I was 19 and Andrea was 21, and Kasper Esman from Denmark was on the tour as well. That was organised by my good friend Pasha, who I hope is watching tonight, who lives in Sweden now. Avenue. What else do we have? The Road to Corandula. I love that tune. I don't have a solo arrangement of it, but I do love that tune. So let's see, we've had Struttin, Dance Tonight, Marrakesh, Avenue. Okay, I'll try and get around to as many of those as I can. I'm going to start off with Struttin. Great Jerry Reed tune. 1, 2, 9, 12. Struttin by Jerry Reed. What a fantastic tune. I love playing that one. I just want to say a quick shout out as well to my my agent, Dave Shaughnessy of Uptown Artist Group, based out of Kansas City, Missouri, who has been doing a phenomenal job in these difficult times, rescheduling all the shows and getting the tour schedule together for the end of this year and for next year. The good news is I'll have a nice big long tour in November and December in the US and Canada, and starting again in Canada in February of 2021. So I will be busy once I'm back on the road. I'll be working hard and I'll be getting around to everywhere that I can. Okay, let's take a couple of more requests. Hey Shane, how do you feel that your guitars differ? every guitar is different. You know, I've travelled with one of these, the other one I haven't travelled with, and this one, all the mid-range is in this guitar, and yet it's lost some of the brightness and the high end. The other guitar is the opposite. It has all the high end and brightness in the world, and the mid-range nearly doesn't exist. So when you tour with guitars, funny things happen. To be honest, once, particularly with a Maton guitar, once it feels good and you can plug it in, you're on a winner. I mean, they're all good plugged in. Can you repeat the name of the last song, please? The last tune I played was Struttin' by Jerry Reed. Maybe because somebody could write that in the comments. We also have a request. What's the thing in the middle behind you on the wall? Is that what you said? What's the thing in the middle? The thing in the middle, I'll show you. This is an instrument that I got from a friend of mine in Dublin. Oh. Nice one, Shane. Pulling the whole house down. This is a cigar box guitar, and this is made from a piece of, I think it's ash. It's made by a man named Jürgen Squirbat in Dublin. He lives in Howth, and Jürgen makes these really cool cigar box guitars. I didn't plan on this, but I'm going to plug it in just to show you what it sounds like. Yeah, I knew Jürgen a couple of years ago. I don't think I've actually seen him since. Let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so you can sort of hear it. And what you do is you have to play this with a slide. It's like a bottleneck slide. But the sound that you get out of it is cool. You get this... So if you've ever heard like C6 Steve or any of those guys, this is generally what they play, this type of instrument. This has got 4 strings on it, and it is made out of an actual Cohiba cigar box. He came into where I used to work, which is a guitar shop in Dublin, and he came in with a load of the cigar box one day, and he made me pick one. So it still smells like cigars when you put your nose up close to it, but that's what that is. That's the cigar box guitar. All right, back to some regular acoustic guitar playing. I think I will. What will I continue with? I had a request for Avenue, and so I think I'm going to play Avenue for you. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. sneaky key change. Going back. That is Avenue for you. One of the comments that came up earlier, actually, and I don't know who asked it. I think it may have been Tracy in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I'm not too sure. I think it was you, Tracy. But somebody asked, do you write any of these with lyrics? And the answer is yes, all of them are written with lyrics. I love writing songs, and most of the time, when I write pieces of music, I don't actually write them as instrumentals at all. They all start with a vocal idea, a melodic idea with words, and then afterwards I take the idea and I try to arrange it for the guitar. So when I'm writing music, I don't have the guitar anywhere near me. The guitar is as far away as possible. I try to write all the music with my voice and from my head as much as possible. So yes, most of them have lyrics, maybe not the complete tune, but at least some lyrical ideas. So yeah, that answers that question. Have you considered a fiber body guitar, something like an Emerald? Oh yeah. They are fantastic. I don't use them because I prefer the sound of the actual wood, but I do know that in particular Emerald guitars are really, really nice, and plugged in as well. They're phenomenal. I've seen that video where they brought one up to the North Pole and the guitar was still in tune, which is crazy. So let's see, what do we have left? We've got about 5 minutes left. Okay. Well, what I'd like to do is I was asked for this tune during the week, and I want to try out a little experiment online. Usually for this tune, when I'm performing live, I ask the audience to sing along with me, and I get the men to sing one part and the women to sing a different part. Obviously, we can't do that, because we're all sitting at home, and this is very much a one-way broadcast on my end. But I have an idea. When I get to the part that I'm talking about, which you will hear, when I get to the part in the middle, I want you to write in the comments instead of, sing along at home if you like, but I want you to write the words in the comments, okay? So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to sing You Can Call Me Al to finish things off this evening. And when I get to the part in the middle where I break it down, okay, I want all the men to write comments that say, bop, bop. Okay, now you can take the spelling whatever way you like there. You can write whatever, just bash the keyboard if you want. But I want all the men watching to write bop, bop. And I want all the women to write ooh, which is just going to be a load of O's and zeros. And we might make this work. This might actually be cool. At least it'll be funny. And it's going to really confuse anyone who hasn't seen the stream when they see all their friends writing bop and ooh everywhere. But we're going to try it out just for a bit of fun. So when we get to the middle of the song and I prompt you, I want all the men to write bop, bop, and I want all the women to write ooh. Okay? Got it. Here we go. You Can Call Me Al. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyboard. Drums. Bass. Here we go. Man walks down street, says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now? And the rest of my life so hard. I want a photo opportunity. I know the side of redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Like bone digger, dogs in the moonlight. Far away, my air is so clean. Just a beer and barely beer
your bill and get these mutts away from me. I said, I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. 'Cause if you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty, yeah Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. Man walks down the street and it's a street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world, or maybe it's his first time around. Don't speak languages, holds no currency. He is a foreign man, he is surrounded by the sound that ducks back down the alleyway with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. All along, there were incidents and accidents, there were hints and allegations. Said, if you be my bodyguard, I can hear your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, yeah Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. Okay, here we go, folks, ready? This is usually the part in the show where I'd say, okay, I want all the men to go bop, bop. But I'm gonna get you to write it in the comments instead. So write it in there, all the men, ready? Bop, bop. Whatever way you feel like spelling it, that's totally up to you. And all the ladies, I want you to write if you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. Keep writing those comments. I can call you Betty, yeah Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. Said, if you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty, yeah Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. Thank you so much everyone for listening tonight. I had a great time. If you enjoyed it and you fancy leaving me a tip, it's paypal.me/Shane Hennessy. Next week I'll have some very exciting information about the new album. Thank you so much for listening this evening, and I'll see you at the same time next week. It's 8 p.m. Irish time. I've had a blast this evening, and please feel free at any point to write in your requests for next week's live stream, and be sure to check out the tour dates on shanehennessy.ie for when all the coronavirus lockdown is over and, you know, we actually go and get to do things again. So thank you everybody for joining in tonight. I really appreciate it. I'll see you at the same time next week. Stay safe, stay indoors, and I'll see you then. Thanks so much.